Oh man, you're going to love my guest today. I know I say that a lot, but it's really true. I love all these guests that I have on here. So, Christina Wright, she is a property manager local in the Lake Norman area. And Christina Wright is a property management company that works with investors. They do property management. They teach agents how to do investing, how to work with investors so that they can improve their bottom line, and it's jam packed with all kinds of good information. So she is local and in this area here in the Cabarrus County, area. However, she does online things for you all over the country. Worth a listen to her. I'll have all the links in here, but stay tuned because she's gold.
Welcome to Real Estate Riches, where Kathy Burns empowers realtors to achieve the success they've always dreamed of. Starting her career at 55, Kathy built a thriving business that offers the freedom of time and financial independence. And now she's sharing her journey to help others do the same. Whether new to the industry or looking to level up, this channel is your hub for proven strategies, inspiring stories, and the tools you need to grow your real estate business. Join Kathy each week to explore global opportunities, successful systems, and expert insights to take your career to the next level. Get comfortable, pick a video, and start learning. Your journey to success starts now.
All right. Hey everybody, it's Kathy Burns and this is Real Estate Riches. And today I'm here with Christine Wright. How are you, girl? Christina, right?
I'm doing great. It's been a very productive day, very productive week.
Ooh, I love that. I love that when that happens. Today, as my guest, you do property management and you are local here. And so I'd like for you to kind of give a little background, what your role is at the company, how you do this, just a little background, then we'll get into some questions.
Yeah, for sure. So again, Christina Wright, my company is Branch Wealth Partners, and we are located in Concord, North Carolina. So Cabarrus County. We serve on the property management side, basically a 30-mile radius of Concord.
Okay.
So up to the lake, down to Mount Holly, up to Salisbury, over to Matthews, and then we'll go into Charlotte. So I do have some properties in Cotswold and Dilworth. I do have some properties down in Gastonia. So that's kind of our radius. I'll do it for the right people. Um,
I get
but
that.
yeah, so my title here is investor relations.
Mm.
And not only do we do property management, but the main thing that we do is we are educators. We teach people how to build generational wealth through investing in real estate. So we educate people who are aspiring real estate investors and they're looking for someone who's a mentor and looking for education and looking for that guidance. We help them. We help people who are already are real estate investors and they're looking to scale. So maybe they
Mhm.
have a good portfolio of long-term rentals and they're like, you know what, I want to start developing, or I want to get into commercial real estate or multifamily. So we
Mhm.
help them navigate that. And then we also educate real estate agents. I love
Oh.
going into brokerage firms, especially if the broker in charge values education. It's a really nice value add. I will come in and I will teach agents how to make more money by working with real estate investors because we are a whole different ball game than
Wow.
just your regular retail buyer.
Let's talk about that a minute. You and I just met a couple weeks ago and we were just doing a follow-up call one-to-one with each other. And you touched on that. And I thought, let's explain that because realtors today, they're struggling in this business and they're looking for different ways to level up. The fact that you're willing to teach, there's a couple of things, a couple of questions here. One, do you teach on Zooms or do you teach on your podcast? How are you doing that?
So for brokers, I typically will go to their firm so I can
Okay.
be there in person to answer all the questions. I haven't done a Zoom, but I am totally open to do a brokerage Zoom. I have done Zooms with the Chamber of Commerce and
Uh-huh.
other small groups, educating them just on real estate 101, real estate investing 101. I do that too. So, but yeah, but we do have our own podcast, so you can get more education there. We teach a monthly class here in our office on specific deeper dive real estate investing topics like 1031 exchanges or multifamily syndications.
Oh, wow. So agents could come to your office and be invited. Do you have like a newsletter where you invite them? How
We
do you get them?
do.
Ooh,
Yes. So we have a newsletter. So if you want to be added to that, I can do that. And then all of our upcoming events will be on there. So
okay,
yeah.
great. So, are you finding a lot of realtors taking advantage of this?
Yes. So in the beginning, it was almost like every 2 weeks I was going to a different brokerage firm and giving my presentation. But there's kind of only so many firms in Concord and Kannapolis, and I think I hit most of them that would let me in. So now I just need to expand up to Cornelius and
Yeah.
Huntersville. So that's kind of been what I have been trying to do. But every time I go to an office and they finally let me in and I explain what I do, they're like, "Oh my gosh, like no one does what you do." And
Yeah.
it is awesome. So
It's a good
it's really
niche.
cool. It is really cool. And then when I see like the light bulbs go off in people's heads as I'm talking to them, I'm like,
Mhm.
I am here to be your partner. I want to help you. I want to help you grow. I want to help your investors so they get more educated so that y'all can make more money.
And it's great content for all of them. So now they've learned something new. They can start doing content where they're talking about it to pull clients in as well. But
Yes.
I'm also thinking, are you teaching them where they actually recognize, hey, I could do this too, and because of my real estate commission, I could buy cheaper?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. We teach how, like, what kind of questions to ask. What questions to ask your buying investor, what questions to ask your selling investor. And
Mhm.
then when you're talking to a buying investor, usually their concern is the money. Where am I going to get the money? So then
Right.
we talk about like hard money and private money and asking friends and family and
Hmm.
self-directed IRAs. So we bring up things like that an average real estate agent who hasn't worked with investors wouldn't
Right.
really think about. So they're like, dang, where do you get the money?
Yeah.
So we answer all those questions. And then sometimes the biggest holdup with selling investors is, okay, well, I don't really want to pay any taxes. So I don't want to sell because I don't want to pay capital gains. And it's like, okay, well, let's do a 1031 exchange and
Right.
let's find you a replacement property. So then you get kind of two deals out of it.
Yeah.
And then kind of talk about what a 1031 exchange is. And if they can't find a property, what happens? So
The
all of that
rules.
yes, all of that. It really opens up a whole nother path for agents who just they haven't worked with investors. Like I said, we're very different. We're very math. It's
Yeah.
all about the math. If the numbers don't work, we move on, kind of emotionless. It's different than your retail buyer who's like super emotional. They want to go in and look at a million houses and it doesn't feel right. But investors, hopefully, if you find a good one who has been doing it a while and knows what they're doing, they'll do a sniff test and they'll do the math and they won't waste your time. That's
Right.
another thing we teach. What kind of investors are going to waste your time versus which ones actually know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And if you think they're going to waste their time, send them to us so we can educate them so that they won't waste your time.
Do you do classes for investors themselves?
We do.
Oh.
So a lot of investors come to our monthly classes, and then we have a whole 12-week online platform. It's a
Ooh.
course that these aspiring investors can go through, and it takes them starting with your mindset, goals, and why, and
Yeah.
then into how you're going to invest. Do you want to be a flipper? Do you want to have long-term rentals, or do you want to develop? So it really helps them narrow it down. And then finding the properties, the deal analysis, the marketing, the repair estimating, everything they need to know. And I will say, I think it's pretty close to like a 90% success rate of the students we've had go through that
Wow.
either have bought investment properties with us because we've had so we have a ton of investors in our network. So we constantly are getting properties, have become private money lenders on our
Mm.
development side. So they learn about that and they're like, oh my gosh, I can invest in real estate and not really have to do anything. So, and then just help them in any way that they want. But that 90% of the people who have gone through our program have actively done something afterwards.
Tell the audience about hard money lending, because that's a thing in
Yes,
itself.
it is a hard money lending. So typically that works the best when you are doing a flip because hard money is going to be super high interest rate,
Mhm.
usually for a short term. So if you're thinking, if you find a place and it's like, it smells like money. It's distressed. It's terrible. You're like, oh my gosh, this is the one. I can buy this 3 bedroom, 2 bath for $100,000 in Concord. Do it. Buy
Yeah.
it, flip it, use the hard money, get all the renovation covered, sell it, make a profit. So
Right.
that's how hard money works.
Yeah, and that's not for a baby investor right off the bat, would you say? Because there's risk factor there. Like if you didn't do your numbers right, you didn't crunch it right, and now you got a hard money loan that's coming due. And even the type of loan, an FHA, you have mandates of how long you have to hold the property before you can sell it, right?
That's right. I would say hard money lending is probably like 201 instead of 101.
Yes.
Maybe if you're looking for cash prior to hard money, I would ask your friends and family.
Yeah.
If someone in your family loves you enough that if you give them a business plan and they have a little bit of extra money, they are going to help you. And then that's the beauty of self-directed IRAs. A lot of people don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So teaching people the beauty of a self-directed IRA, someone who's been working and has all these, 401ks sitting from all of these other jobs they've had, put it into a self-directed and then lend you the money to go buy the property. And then you just pay them back with interest.
Yeah.
So it's
And it's
super
you're
easy.
paying back.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great. So
I know.
that's awesome. So you've really showed that, and an agent can use their own commission toward it. When I bought my own personal home, I negotiated the repairs, negotiated the price of the house, and I negotiated it a lower price, but I also just used my commission for toward the down payment. And that, I ended up buying my house now. It's an itty bitty house for 2,000 out of pocket 10 years ago. So that was awesome. But aren't there times when you can buy an investment property where the rent, is it the proposed rent or the rent if it already was an existing rental? I don't know how that works.
Yes, there are types of like DSCR loans that you can get. Talk to a lender about this. I'm not as well versed on the lending side, but yes, there are loans that you can get that are based on the rent, the projected rent. So that's really cool. And then another good way for people to start that we talk about is house hacking. So you have a first-time investor and they maybe haven't ever bought a house before, and they find a duplex
Mm,
and they live in half and rent out the other. And if they're doing
yeah.
FHA, they only have to put 5% down. So
Ooh,
perfect way to start. Or they get a little bit of a bigger house. Maybe it has 4 bedrooms instead of like one or two, and then they rent out the other rooms. And then again, FHA if they haven't bought a house before, and they can
ooh,
kind of rinse and repeat, live there for a year, see how it goes, and then maybe do it again. So there's that. And then another thing that I have found, which is really cool, is if you have elderly parents, either your parents or your husband's parents, who couldn't afford to buy their own house,
yeah.
they're actually, it's called the family care something
I've
or other,
heard of
and
this.
you only have to put 5% down, but they have to live there as their primary residence.
Mm,
Please do not commit fraud. Same thing as house
right.
hacking. Like, don't commit fraud, you will get in trouble. But that is a thing. So those are
Wow.
house hacking ways that you can do it, and then just have
I-
them pay you rent.
Wow. I love that. Love
Hmm.
that. Yeah. Now, whose name is it in? Is it in
The
the
investors,
the investors? Oh,
the
that's
the
great.
house and the loan, all in the investor's name. So your mother-in-law or your mother or father would not be on any of the documents. They
Ooh,
just live
wow.
there. They're getting mail there. The utilities are in their name.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm
That
doing
can
that right now.
Boy, you're doing that right now, and that makes
Hmm.
sense because
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a lot of families. And that's how you can even present it to the realtors. Is that how you're teaching the realtors?
Yeah. And then even for kids that are 18 who maybe are going to UNC Charlotte, it's like,
Wow.
oh, all right, I'm going to buy my daughter a triplex. She's going to live in one of them, probably have two or three roommates in her unit. And then you're going to put two or three roommates in the other units. And it's
Ooh, wow.
genius. And they're going to be there for a few years. So it works out really nicely. It's things like this that if you're not an investor, you may not think about.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily buying it at a reduced price because I think everybody thinks an investor just wants it at a reduced price. But no, you could still pay market value on that, put your 5% down, but because of the leverage you can do with the rent and the fact that it's appreciating in value, so when you go to sell or do a 1031 exchange, it's a win.
Exactly. Of course, investors want to get the best possible
Of
price.
course.
There's no bad time for a good deal. But yeah, if the rents if they're more than the mortgage, you're winning. And it's kind of to that point now where it's tough. It's tough. It used to be the 1% rule. So that
Yeah.
would mean if you bought a $200,000 house, you'd want to get $2,000 a month in rent. That's very, very hard to come by.
Hmm.
So you got to be a little bit more creative, either put more money down or house hack or have some kind of arrangement like that to make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is really interesting. I love all the content that you just said. Anybody just watching this podcast, you can make content on it.
We
Because
should pay people to watch this one.
that's right, people. Well, that's what I do here. We just give away gold on these different things.
I
And
know.
I mean, for agents who are struggling to not be researching and finding tools like this, podcasts like yours, podcasts like mine, there's so much stuff that you can go learn automatically. But I would probably say definitely come to the classes in person because, you can't always get into an office to stay where they're, like you said, you used up all the office space, but try and get more and more agents who maybe missed that day at the office and now they can come to yours and
Mhm.
benefit from it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been really fun. We really do all things real estate investing. So let's circle back to the property management. So property management is another big thing that I do.
Yeah,
And we are full service. So from the time someone reaches out to me, I have a conversation with them. If we both feel like it's a good fit, then and then comes the property management agreement, and then we basically take it out of the owner's hands from there.
love
So
it.
we'll get it ready to rent, we'll market it, we'll show the tenants, we'll get the tenant onboarded, and then we manage the life of the tenant going forward.
Wow.
Manage the maintenance requests, everything. I may reach out to owners for like large things that happen, or if I have a question, they have a question I can't answer, I'll reach out to them. But that part has been growing actually a ton lately, which has been really cool.
Really nice, really nice.
Hmm.
And well, a
Hmm.
lot of investors don't want to deal with it. My mom had a bunch of rental property like that, and she was a realtor, but she was the property manager. And as she was aging, she's taken all the family members who all like had duty to go get the house cleaned up, get it all set up, repainted, get it all marketed because she was getting too old to do that. And I said, hire a property manager. And she goes, well, then I'd have to pay them. I go, yeah, they're worth it because all of us trying to come do the job, we're not getting paid,
Yeah,
nor would we ask her, but somebody who's experienced, this is their deal, let them do it.
it is a lot of work. I will
Mhm.
say, like, property managers just need to be property managers. It is too much to be a property manager and a realtor, or
It is.
end this, and that. It's way too much work. I think pretty much a tenant or an owner reaches out to me daily. One
Mhm.
of the two is reaching out to me. And I know that a lot of you real estate agents out there are probably like, I have literally never found a good property manager that I can trust. They all are horrible. That is when
Mm.
I started doing this, people were like, why are you becoming a property manager? And I'm like, you
I
know
did
what?
wonder.
Because I want to be the best. Because I'm going to be the
Mm.
best one. I'm going to turn it around. So y'all are like, oh, okay. Branch Wealth Partners is the best property management firm. Go talk to her. That's really
Mhm.
what I strive to be. This is like a
And
challenge for me.
yeah, I love that. I love that. And I love that ethics, the whole piece of that.
Yes,
So do you do Lake Norman all around the
we
lake?
do.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I actually manage a house off of Brawley School, and then I manage a gym off of Raceway Drive.
Oh, so
So
that's right. You do
I'm up
commercial
there.
as well.
Yes. So we do commercial, some light industrial. We do multifamily. Typically, anything up to 50 units, we probably won't need to hire any on-site people. Anything over 50, we'll have to look at probably getting a team to be on site.
Hmm.
But yeah, we can handle it all as long as it's in our radius. We just want to be able to respond in less than 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Anything further than that
I
is just
love
way too
that.
far. Yeah.
Yeah, 45 minutes. That's not
If
that
we
bad.
have to, if we have to get somewhere, we want to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
able to
yeah,
get
yeah.
there within 45 minutes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And you don't do short-term rental. We talked about that.
No, we don't do short-term rental, but I have a partner that does.
Mm.
So that's another thing about us. If we can't do it, there is a 99.9% chance that I know somebody who does, and I
All
can
righty.
connect you.
Yeah.
I'm a connector. That's
Me
what
too.
I do.
I send out these cards every month saying, I got a guy and a gal too. And inside it says, if I'm usually featuring someone that I'm promoting that I believe in, like you would be an example. And I would say, if this isn't someone that you need, but you need something else, if I don't have a guy, I got a guy who's got a guy. And
100%.
because that's what connectors do. But not just anybody. I want quality people. That's the only ones I want to be aligned with my reputation, right? You too.
Yeah, everyone that I recommend to someone has been fully vetted. I have either used them myself, or I know someone that has used them, or someone that I know, like, and trust has referred them to me.
Hmm.
But people ask me that all the time. Like, I have my go-to roofer, my go-to crawl space guy, painter, and I know that they have the best prices. They do the best work. They're the best value. They'll be there when
Yes.
they say they're going to be there. And maybe they're a little bit more expensive than this other guy.
And that's
However,
okay.
I know that this person is going to do the best job for you. So
Yes.
when people question me like, well, why didn't you get multiple quotes? I'm like, because I already have vetted them. I already know they're going to be the best.
Yes.
So
And that's more important. I mean, obviously the client wants the cheaper price, but you get what you pay for. And
100%.
I want an army of people that I can count on in everything that I do. You're the same way. So,
Hmm.
any other little nit tidbits you got to share?
I guess another tidbit is the consulting that we do. So that is really cool for real estate agents when they're working with an investor and they're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So then they can both come to us and sit down in our conference room all together and strategize. So we do
Ah.
a complimentary 30-minute clarity call is what we call it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it is a hourly fee-based meeting. We
Yeah.
charge about $3.97 an hour for that, but we whiteboard everything out, like whatever you want to talk about. We whiteboard it out. We give you actionable steps to leave the room with. And I
Mm.
think I have seen people's brains literally explode while they're sitting in here. And they're like,
Wow.
oh my gosh, I literally had no idea. It really is crazy when we have those consultation sessions. So those are really great to have in a real estate agent's belt, tool belt there.
I love
So
that.
yeah, I know. It really is. I learn something new every day. I got started in real estate investing after reading Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert
Mm,
Kiyosaki.
me too.
Highly recommend it to anybody who's interested. And my managing partner Greg and I started this business about 2 years ago. And we are in major growth mode.
That's
And it has been amazing. So
that's great. Well,
yes.
it's been a joy having you on here. Very insightful. I appreciate everything, Christina.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me on.
All right. Well, we're going to have all her information, and I want to get your link for your newsletter
Mhm.
so that we can put that in there as well. And you'll be
For
able to
sure.
find that right on the podcast. And I just encourage you to stay tuned and check her out, man. Especially if you're local watching this. This is your gal.
Oh, and I will say before we leave, the property management's local, and obviously the in-person stuff is local, but the online platform and the consulting, you can be anywhere. It's
Mm.
worldwide. It's global. I
Oh,
know
it's
you're a
global.
global girl.
Hey, I love that. I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, girl. Well, thanks again for being on here. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
and we'll see you on the next one, everybody. So thanks for joining me on this episode of Real Estate Riches. Wasn't that great? I'm sure you got a nugget or two. I know I did. So if you liked it, please subscribe below, share it with everybody, make some comments. We really find that invaluable. And if you're thinking that you would love to talk about this a little bit more, let's schedule a business strategy call. I'll have the link below. And let's see if we can't mastermind together and see if we can empower each other. That would be great. So until next time, signing off. Hope to see you on the next one.